What turns a celebrated hero into a national pariah? Stay with us as we unravel the twisted path of O.J. Simpson. Tonight, we dive deep into one of America's most gripping tales. Watch closely as we trace the journey of O.J. Simpson from a national hero to a name synonymous with controversy. Born in 1947 in San Francisco, Orenthal James Simpson grew up in the Potrero Hills Projects, a setting marked by struggle and hardship. Despite the rough start, young O.J. was a beacon of potential. At high school, his athletic talents began to shine, propelling him into the national spotlight during his years at the University of Southern California, where he broke records and collected accolades, one of the best Trojans to ever play the game. Yet even in these early days, there were undercurrents of troubles that hinted at the complexities of his character. Simpson's first marriage to Margaret Whitley began in the shadow as of rising fame. They had 3 children together, and his celebrity grew. The strain showed. The marriage suffered from O.J.'s increasing focus on his career and his growing list of infidelities, ultimately leading to their divorce in 1979. As Simpson transitioned from sports to the celebrity limelight, he met Nicole Brown. Their marriage was marked by charm and extravagance, capturing public fascination. Yet behind closed doors, the relationship was fraught with problems. Accusations of domestic abuse, public altercations, and police interventions painted a starkly different picture of their life together. By 1992, the facade had crumbled completely, ending in a divorce that was both public and painful. On June 12, 1994, the story took a dark turn when Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman were found brutally murdered. The horror of these crimes sent shockwaves across the nation, and suspicion quickly centered on O.J. Simpson. The case split public opinion and sparked a media frenzy like never seen before. Days after the murders, America was glued to their screens as Simpson led police on a slow-speed chase in a white Ford Bronco. It was a surreal scene. A fallen hero, now a fugitive, casting a shadow over his storied legacy.
One of our LA affiliates, police believe that O.J. Simpson is in that car. Now they're telling me that they believe that this vehicle is registered to Al Cowlings, one of O.J.'s oldest friends, a teammate at Southern Cal. And they believe that Al Cowling, who's the other person they're looking for, who was with O.J. earlier today, they believe that this is the car. We do not know this is the car. They're going south through Orange County, but nobody is pulling this car over. And we could only guess as to why not.
I guess they're just being
They
careful.
may fear that there are arms in that car. They may fear that Simpson may harm himself. Now police radio is saying that Simpson has a gun at his head. Reuters is reporting that the police tracked O.J. Simpson through his cellular phone.
Look at all the cars on this next bridge, man.
That's a helicopter reporting, talking to KCAL, saying, look at all those cars on that bridge looking down. This is living drama. There's nothing else you can say, but we're going to stay with it. California Highway Patrol has now confirmed to CNN that it is definitely Al Cowling's vehicle. And they are almost certain that O.J. is in the passenger seat. The cars on the top of the screen heading east on that freeway are just slowing down to look and get a glimpse of one of the icons of American sports history, O.J. Simpson, on this tragic June day. This is Larry King as we stay atop this scene. Jim Hill, famed sportscaster in Los Angeles, an old friend, a former athlete, old friend of O.J. Simpson, is going on radio in Los Angeles.
Still going westbound 91, just
O.J.
approaching the
Simpson
710 freeway.
to turn himself in. The last thing Jim said was, O.J., you were a man, you are a man, be a man, turn yourself in. Earlier today, Robert Shapiro had arranged for O.J. to turn himself in. Doctors were in attendance. They were all going to go together in a car because they were worried about suicide. When they went downstairs from a conference room at O.J.'s house, he was gone. They're going to go right toward the Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Brentwood areas where O.J. lives and where the two people killed also lived.
It is an amazing sight. Along the right-hand shoulder, people have pulled over, many of them carrying signs such as signs reading things like "Save the Juice," "Go OJ." People are literally cheering him on as he travels northbound on the 405, and we can only assume that he plans to get off at sunset and go towards perhaps his home.
He's on the off-ramp now, coming up the off-ramp at sunset.
That's right.
Looks like he's in the left lane now.
Yeah.
Making a left turn. The intersection is free and he's clear, and now making his left turn westbound on Sunset.
All right. And he is pulling in to the driveway.
Coming around.
Someone is going to the door right now, Eric.
Okay, we're pulling up. Let me tell you what I can see. We've just turned the corner. It's total chaos here. Motorcycles, black and whites, people running around, officers getting out of their cars with their batons.
We have found him. The door is opening, and let's see what happens now. We'll watch with you. This is the driver's side of the vehicle.
Okay, someone just got out of the vehicle, approaching the front door, dressed in black, and entered. Looks like they entered the front of the house there. Possibly O.J. Simpson.
The trial that ensued was a spectacle, fraught with dramatic revelations and legal theatrics. Key figures like Johnny Cochran, Marcia Clark, and Robert Shapiro became cultural icons, while the influence of Rodney King's beatings by the LAPD loomed over the proceedings, adding a layer of racial tension.
Last night, about this case and their theory and how it didn't make any sense and how it didn't fit and how something is wrong. It occurred to me how they were going to come here and stand up here and tell you how O.J. Simpson was going to disguise himself. Was going to put on a knit cap and some dark clothes, and he was going to get in his white Bronco and this recognizable person and go over and kill his wife. That's what they want you to believe. That's how silly their argument is. And I said to myself, maybe I can demonstrate this graphically. I'm going to show you something. This is a knit cap. I'm going to put this knit cap on. And you've been seeing me for a year. If I put this knit cap on, who am I? I'm still Johnny Cochran with a knit cap. And if you look at O.J. Simpson over there, and he has a rather large head, O.J. Simpson in a knit cap from 2 blocks away is still O.J. Simpson. It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. It reminded me that there was testimony early on that Detective Lang had refused basically to pick up a knit cap inside the Brown residence. That was shown to him, I think, by some of the lawyers and one of the investigators on that date, because these are fairly common. But they don't really disguise anybody who's noticeable, do they? And although I was the guinea pig here this afternoon, if you were to put a knit cap on, how's that going to disguise you? We've been together. I'd know your face anywhere now, and you'd know mine. And the people in Brentwood, in West Los Angeles, would know O.J. Simpson. They know his car. They know him. That's where he lives. Even the prosecutors say he's so famous that he can't go anywhere where he wouldn't be recognized.
When a surprise attempt was made to link Simpson to the bloody gloves, Simpson appeared to struggle as he put the gloves on. The gloves appeared to fit poorly, but appearances can be deceptive, testified a glove expert, recalled to discuss glove shrinkage.
What size is that glove now? This is actually closer to a large than an extra large at this point.
Richard Rubin told jurors that the gloves had shrunk, possibly as much as 15% after exposure to liquid, and that was one reason they did not fit Simpson. But under cross-examination, Rubin conceded he didn't know how or when they might have shrunk, and he agreed that the small amount of blood found on the infamous gloves was not a factor.
After the controversial acquittal, the saga continued. In 1997, the Goldman family filed a civil suit against Simpson, claiming wrongful death. The civil court found Simpson liable, awarding the Goldman family a substantial sum in damages, a verdict that contrasted starkly with his criminal trial acquittal. In 2007, Simpson's book, If I Did It, rekindled public outrage. Purporting to be a hypothetical confession, it plunged the public back into the depths of his enigmatic and troubled psyche.
I'll tell you a story you've never heard before because no one knows this story the way I know it. It takes place the night of June 12, 1994, and it concerns the murders of my ex-wife, Nicole Brown. This is very difficult for me to do this. It was very difficult for me because it's hypothetical. I know and I accept the fact that people are going to feel whatever way they're going to feel.
You put on a wool cap and gloves.
In the hypothetical, I put on a cap and gloves.
Right.
Yeah.
And you reached under the seat for?
A knife, and while I was there, a guy shows up. In the mood I was in, I started having words with him.
Ron apparently told Simpson that he was returning a pair of glasses that were left by Nicole's mom, Judy, when she and Nicole were at the restaurant where Ron worked earlier that evening.
You get into a fight. Nicole comes out.
A verbal
fight.
Got a little loud, and by that time, Nicole had come out, and we started having words about who is this guy, why is he here, what's going on.
And she says, "This is my house, get the F out of here."
Yes, and which I didn't like. As things got heated, I just remember Nicole fell and hurt herself, and this guy kind of got into a karate thing. And I said, "Well, you think you can kick my ass?" And I remember I grabbed a knife. I do remember that portion, taking a knife from Charlie. And to be honest, after that, I don't remember, except I'm standing there and there's all kind of stuff around and
What kind of stuff?
Blood and stuff around.
You wrote in the book, "I had never seen so much blood in my life."
Tonight, as we reflect on this complex tale, we also remember Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman more than victims. They were individuals with families, dreams, and stories cut tragically short. OJ's story now is closed. There is a period at the end of his story and an end date between the beginning date of his birth and now the date of his death. As we close this chapter, let us ponder the thin line between fame and infamy. Now, if you're drawn to the mysteries of the human condition and the shadows that linger behind the spotlight, remember to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our journeys into the dark. Like the video, give us a comment. Let us know what you think about O.J. Simpson's innocence or guilt. We would like to hear from you. Sharing our journey into the dark. As always, this is your host, Doug Duncan, with the reminder that once you enter the dark, you may never be the same.